I'm making this video called Elijah Muhammad Started the Black Panther Party. Now, the reason why I'm coming out with these videos, brothers and sisters, is because we got a whole lot of these new school brothers and sisters who are criticizing the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Like these African spirituality brothers, these black Hebrew brothers, and other brothers who want to push their philosophies now that the smoke has cleared. But I want to make it clear to our brothers and sisters that when it was hot in America for the black man and the black woman, these new school cats that's out now with all these so-called historical facts was nowhere to be found. So we're going to show who influenced this black power and black consciousness that black America had in the 1960s. Now let's look at the Black Panther Party. And we know that Huey P. Newton is the brains behind the Black Panther Party. Because we can even go to the book by Mumi Abu Jamal called We Want Freedom. And he makes it plain in his book that Huey P. Newton was the brains behind the operation. So let's look at what Huey P. Newton said in his book called Revolutionary Suicide. Huey said, I started going to the Muslim mosques in both Oakland and San Francisco, although not regularly. However, I knew a number of Muslims and talked to them fairly often. I did read their paper regularly to follow the speeches and ideas of Malcolm. I would have joined them. Let me say that again. He said, I would have joined them, but I could not deal with their religion. By this time, I had had enough of religion and could not bring myself to adopt another one. I needed a more concrete understanding of social conditions. References to God or Allah did not satisfy my stubborn questioning. So we see from reading this from Brother Huey that not only did he go to a temple in Oakland, but he also went to one in San Francisco. And we know that the messenger also had a temple in Los Angeles. So the Muslims, by the time Huey P. Newton started going to the temple, the Muslims was already established in California. Huey says that he was feeling the Muslims, but he just couldn't get with the religion. So when Huey P. Newton started the Black Panther Party, he was largely influenced by the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So let's go even further than that. Let's look at our brother Stokely Carmichael, who is known to be the architect of Black Power. He was the one in the 60s, and I believe it was 66 or 67, who coined the slogan Black Power. But when we look at our brother Stokely, from his origin, he started out in the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee and was working with Dr. King. We can see pictures of the brother with Dr. King holding hands and singing and all that. But we see that there came some friction in the relationship between Dr. King and Brother Stokely. So what happened to this Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee member? Once again, we have Elijah. Stokely Carmichael also was largely influenced by the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But let's don't stop there, brothers and sisters. Let's go even further than that. Let's go to Assata Shakur. And let's hear what she says in her book or in her autobiography. Let's hear what she says about Islam. She said, I had always said that if I had any religion, it was Islam, but I had never practiced it. Because of Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X, the Muslim influence over our struggle has been very strong, but it had always been difficult for me to accept the idea of an all-powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing God. And I reasoned, how could I be expected to love and worship a God whose master plan included the enslavement, torture, and murder of black people? She says, Kumar argued that Islam was just a religion opposed to oppression. Oppression is worse than slaughter, he quoted from the Holy Quran. A true Muslim is a true revolutionary. There is no contradiction between being a Muslim and being a revolutionary. Now this comes from Sister Shada Shakur's book. She says there is no contradiction between being a Muslim and being a revolutionary. She said, I didn't know much about it, but I agreed to seriously check it out. So we see once again that the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you just can't get away from it. Now, regardless of how these new school brothers are coming out, you know what I'm saying that Dr. Clark is a master teacher, or Dr. Ben is a master teacher, or you had these black Hebrews sitting up here talking about we really Israelites. Where were all of you when it was hot? Why wasn't these people that they claiming now is supposed to be so sufficient for us to know now, or such teach such wisdom? Why wasn't they influencing the thinking of our people at a time when our people was deaf, dumb, and blind to the knowledge of self? The one thing that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that nobody can take away from him, he said that you could know the truth that will free our brothers and sisters. He said, but if Allah is not with you, then you will not be successful. So that goes for all these brothers who trying to push all these other leaders over the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. If Allah was with them, they would have been successful. But since Allah only raises one messenger, and he raised the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he made his messenger successful, then that's all we need to know. And that's all we need to follow is the one messenger that was raised by Almighty God Allah. So until next time, brothers and sisters, peace.